You know that sinking feeling in the pit of your stomach when your car makes a weird grinding noise or your phone screen shatters on the pavement? For a lot of us in Gen Z, that sound is not just a minor inconvenience. It is a full-blown financial crisis. You are working hard, maybe juggling full-time classes and a demanding job, yet somehow you are still caught in the relentless paycheck-to-paycheck cycle. It feels like you are walking a tightrope without a safety net, where one single unexpected expense can send your entire month's budget spiraling into overdraft fees or high-interest credit card debt. The stress of that vulnerability is exhausting, but what if you could build your own safety net from scratch, even if your bank account currently says otherwise? We are constantly bombarded with financial advice demanding we have thousands of dollars saved up just to survive. That advice can feel incredibly paralyzing and out of touch when you are barely scraping by. The truth is, building a financial shield does not require a massive salary, a trust fund, or perfect circumstances. It requires a fundamental shift in how we view our resources and a strategic, step-by-step approach to reclaiming our peace of mind and protecting our future. The secret to breaking this cycle is to stop looking at the top of the mountain and just focus on the very first step. This means establishing a realistic mini-fund goal. Instead of stressing over saving 3 to 6 months of living expenses right out of the gate, target a highly achievable baseline of $500 to $1,000. This mini fund acts as your immediate financial shock absorber. It is specifically designed to cover those common annoying life hiccups, like a blown tire, a sudden urgent care copay, or replacing a fried laptop charger without forcing you to borrow money or panic. Breaking down that mini fund goal into bite-sized daily pieces makes it infinitely more manageable. If you want to save $500 in 6 months, you only need to set aside about $20 a week. That is roughly the cost of one takeout meal, a couple of impulse buys at the convenience store, or a few premium coffees. When you frame it as a daily or weekly lifestyle choice rather than a massive, intimidating lump sum, the path to funding that safety net suddenly becomes a realistic, actionable reality that you can control. Think about the immediate physical relief that small cushion provides. Imagine your phone dies completely, and instead of panicking about how you will pay for a repair or a replacement, you simply transfer the funds from your savings. That transaction represents so much more than just buying a new screen. It represents a massive victory over the financial anxiety that used to keep you awake at night. You successfully protected your primary checking account, avoided going into debt, and proved to yourself that you can handle unexpected turbulence. To make this process effortless and sustainable, you need to automate savings immediately. Relying on sheer willpower alone to transfer money at the end of the month almost never works, because life happens, unexpected invites pop up, and that money inevitably gets spent. By setting up an automatic transfer from your checking to your savings account on the exact day your paycheck hits, you guarantee that your future self gets prioritized. You are essentially paying yourself first, treating your emergency fund as a non-negotiable monthly bill that must be cleared before anything else. Where you actually keep that money matters just as much as how you save it. Do not let your hard-earned cash sit in a traditional savings account earning absolute pennies. Instead, park your mini fund in a high-yield savings account. These accounts, often offered by online banks with lower overhead costs, provide significantly higher interest rates than traditional brick-and-mortar institutions. This allows you to take advantage of compound interest, which is simply the money you earn on your initial savings, plus the money you earn on the interest itself over time. It is a powerful way to let your money grow quietly in the background while remaining fully accessible when you need it. A major structural trap many young adults fall into is keeping their emergency cash in their primary checking account. When all your money is pooled together in one place, the mental line between rent money, grocery money, and emergency money blurs entirely. It becomes dangerously easy to accidentally swipe your debit card for a fun weekend out and slowly drain the very fund you worked so hard to build. Creating a firm physical and digital boundary by using a completely separate banking institution for your safety net removes the temptation to dip into it for non-emergencies. But let us address the elephant in the room honestly. What if you have audited your budget, cut back on everything, and there is simply no extra money to automate? When your essential living expenses consume every single dollar you earn, you cannot budget your way out of an income deficit. This is a deeply frustrating reality for many young adults entering a challenging economy with rising costs. Acknowledging this gap is not a failure, but it does require a temporary pivot in your financial strategy. This is exactly where leveraging side hustles becomes a powerful, short-term tool for providing that crucial initial cash injection. We aren't talking about adopting a toxic grind set or working yourself into burnout forever. We are talking about dedicating a few specific hours a week to gig work, freelance projects, tutoring, or selling items you no longer need, with the singular purpose of funding your mini fund. Every single dollar earned from these extra targeted efforts goes directly into your high-yield savings account until you cross that initial finish line. Once you hit that $1,000 target, you can ease off the accelerator and breathe. The extra gig work does not have to become a permanent fixture in your lifestyle unless you actively want it to be. It is simply a strategic, focused sprint to establish your baseline security. Knowing that your extra effort has a definitive, achievable finish line makes the late nights or weekend shifts feel purposeful rather than endlessly draining. You are actively building your own financial foundation, brick by brick, on your own terms. Alongside temporarily boosting your income, you must conduct a ruthless, honest audit of your recurring expenses. Pull up your last 2 months of bank statements and highlight every single subscription, digital membership, and recurring charge. We often sign up for free trials and completely forget to cancel them, or hold on to multiple streaming services we haven't actually watched in months. Canceling just 2 $15 subscriptions immediately frees up $30 a month to funnel directly into your safety net, accelerating your progress without feeling like a massive sacrifice. The hidden danger here is lifestyle inflation, where your spending naturally and quietly increases as your income grows or as you simply get used to small, daily conveniences. It is incredibly easy to justify a daily premium coffee or frequent food delivery when you finally have a little extra cash lingering in your checking account. However, those microtransactions silently drain the critical resources that could be insulating you from genuine financial disaster down the line. Reclaiming those lost dollars is an act of rebellion against a consumer culture that constantly demands your money and attention. When you consciously choose to pause a subscription, cancel an unused gym membership, or cook at home instead of ordering out, you are taking power back from corporations that thrive on your passive spending habits. You are firmly deciding that your long-term financial peace and independence are far more valuable than a fleeting, convenient purchase today. Imagine the exact day you log into your banking app and see a clean $1,000 sitting untouched in your savings account. The psychological shift that accompanies this milestone is profound. You no longer walk around with that low-level, constant hum of anxiety about what might break next or what unexpected bill might arrive. You have successfully created a tangible, reliable buffer between yourself and the unpredictable nature of the world. That single achievement fundamentally changes how you interact with money, moving you from a defensive crouch into an empowered, proactive stance. With the mini funds securely in place, you can then confidently shift your focus to the ultimate long-term goal of saving 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses. The hardest part is already over because you already have the foundational systems in place. Your automatic transfers are running smoothly, your high-yield account is actively generating interest, and your daily budget is optimized. Now, it is simply a matter of maintaining consistency. You just keep feeding the financial machine you built, allowing that initial momentum to carry you toward total financial stability. Without this crucial self-funded barrier, any sudden financial shock forces you to rely on credit cards or high-interest personal loans. In today's volatile economic climate, carrying a balance means getting hit with a massive APR, or annual percentage rate, which is the yearly interest generated by a sum that is charged to borrowers. Relying on high-interest debt just to survive basic emergencies traps you in a brutal cycle of paying for yesterday's problems with tomorrow's income, making it nearly impossible to ever truly get ahead. Your fully funded safety net completely short-circuits that vicious debt trap before it can even begin. It ensures that when the transmission blows or the unexpected medical bill arrives in the mail, it remains an annoying administrative task to handle, not a life-altering catastrophe that derails your future. You retain complete control over your cash flow, your credit score remains protected from maxed out cards, and your future income stays entirely yours to invest, grow, and enjoy. Building an emergency fund from scratch as a Gen Z adult, especially in today's economy, is an incredible act of resilience and defiance. It proves that you have the discipline to navigate a complex financial landscape and the immense foresight to protect your future self. Every single dollar you save is a promise to yourself that you deserve stability, peace of mind, and the absolute freedom to pursue your biggest goals without the constant, looming fear of financial ruin. As you continue on your journey from broke to built, remember that personal finance is deeply personal, and your path will look different from everyone else's. The strategies you use to build your wealth will naturally evolve as your life, career, and goals change over time. Always take the time to educate yourself, adjust your systems as needed, and never hesitate to consult a qualified financial professional to help tailor a comprehensive plan specific to your unique situation and long-term aspirations.